Sorry. As soon as we came back, your mic was just like, just, thought you were going to tell me we were ready for landing soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 476 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. My name is Brad Odell, and with me, as always, is
your king of paintball. It is nice to see you, buddy. How are we doing tonight?
Exhausted. Kid was up all night, which means I was up all night. And then now it's late, so I'm tired. But we're gonna muddle through this. We've gotten through worse. We've.
Oh yeah, you've looked much worse, and we've had better shows, and you've looked worse. So right? I mean,
I've been in much more haggard situations.
Sign that that's your friend. Eh? It's like you've gotten fat. Look at you. Look at you. You're pathetic. No.
Oh, how you been? You look like shit.
Yeah, exactly. But you know where it is a great spot to look like shit? On beautiful CHSR 97.9 FM in Fredericton, New Brunswick, where we continue to be, as far as I'm aware, the only radio show dedicated to the sport of paintball.
That is true.
Allegedly. I get to use allegedly, like whistle boy.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah.
I'm allegedly the sexiest Tom in paintball. And our award show was better.
Allegedly.
And yes, allegedly.
Just, all sentences now begin with the word allegedly, and we can say anything we want.
Basically, yes, but you can say whatever you want regardless, because the only thing is there's consequences. You can say what you want, but
right.
I have a friend who works in the school district, and he would say stuff like that, and kids are like, "Can I do that?" And he's like, "You can do whatever you want, but there are consequences." And the teachers are like, "Dude, you got to stop saying that to the kids. Like, you got to stop saying that." It's so funny.
What was it? I mean, it's of course it's in the news all the time and whatnot. But there was the whole, somebody standing on a soapbox saying some things, not so nice things about other people, and saying, "Oh, it's my right to free speech." And somebody said, "Well, it's my right to punch you in the mouth when I don't agree." Like.
Yep.
So actions.
We will continue with allegedlys for a lot of the things we say here, because I sometimes get on little tangents. But on this tangent, we completely forgot to do some business.
Yes, so down to business. The people, the organizations that help keep this show going. Let's start with Northern Hydration. Go over to drinknorthern.com, use the code MaritimePB10, score yourself 10% off. I highly recommend grabbing the caramel macchiato. 100 milligrams of caffeine. Placement.
People will do anything for money.
We are the Wayne's World of the paintball podcast world. It is the caramel macchiato is not the newest flavor. Actually, the current newest flavor is the pineapple coconut. Because I don't think they're not calling it pina colada, but the pineapple coconut.
Yeah, next time you put an order in, Daddy wants himself some pineapple coconut for when we go to the Gom Shack.
Yep. But the caramel macchiato, if you get your hands on it, it is delicious. I will say it's an acquired taste. It's when people think caramel macchiato, they think super sweet, they think coffee, they think cream. I found with this, you definitely got that caramel, you definitely got that coffee. There's a little bit of a tinge, like almost like not a sour note, but there's something there, but it's very, very good. Try it.
Are you going to tell me that it might be a little bit salty?
It's definitely salty, but in the best way.
Salty caramel works. And as I am so fond of saying, if you find that your Northern Hydration tastes salty, you probably didn't really need it that badly.
Yeah. But if it goes down
smooth, oh man, it goes down smooth all the time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bring it with me when I go to the Kill House this weekend, and I will stay hydrated on ice.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful Delicious. Idea. Loft Gear, our latest partner to the world of the Maritime Paintball Podcast, creators of the Station 150 convertible duffel bag table system that I think they were just at one of the Red Bull camps for like the crazy stunts that they do. They were just like, yeah, we just, we had the bag there. And like, this is ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous part.
Can we ask the Loft Gear guys really nicely if they can get Max Verstappen to just get a picture with one and send it like along the way? We just want a picture of him with one.
Only if he can. Oh, damn it! I can't think of the number off the top of my head, but I was gonna say only if he can open the bag in what is it, like 1 hour, X number of minutes and seconds, like his bet, whatever it was, like his
whatever his best time is.
Whatever his best time is, like that's the exact amount of time I want to see him open up that bag. Or I want a special bag made that every time you open, all you hear is da 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 da.
Oh yeah, dun 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 dun. You get the F1 theme.
Oh, so good,
so good. Face intensifies.
Check them out, loftgear.com. Honestly, you got to go look at the bag because I can't do it justice talking about it. Moncton Paintball, my home away from home. Tom here's backyard, I guess, basically. A beautiful field here in New Brunswick. It is almost.
Good Lord.
So I slammed my hand down on the table, and the little like privacy shield on the webcam just went boop.
This is why we can't have nice things.
It's true. Moncton Paintball almost ready to open. We're February. Hopefully we'll be open in 2 months. That would be phenomenal. Maybe 3 if we're pushing it. With spring and whatnot, with how muddy it is, because he does take care of his grass, so he doesn't want us tearing his grass up like a bunch of goats.
Now, I was out there the other day to drop some kid off, and I kind of maybe blessed myself, and I saw the X-ball field and the snow just laying across it, and all I could think of is how much I want to go play on it.
Right? I would love to do some winter ball. Like, frankly,
right?
I mean, it'd be hard to get the guys out there, especially if they're running electros and stuff. But like, the ground is frozen; it's solid. But how good would it be to just run around on that slide? Like, oh, it'd be so much fun. An offshoot of Moncton Paintball to go check out Building Paintball. It's a Facebook group that helps get beautiful gear in the hands of average players that normally couldn't ever get their hands on that stuff.
Such as Brad getting a CS3, or me maybe winning
a CS3.
Gotta play to win, and do so, responsibly. But holy shit, so many cool things happen there, and I can tell you that there's gonna be a really cool thing going to pop up there real soon. I gotta wait for the gas man to mention it, but there's something dead sexy coming, and I'm really excited. But I'm not allowed to say anything because I haven't been told I'm allowed to say anything yet. So
okay.
But
beautiful.
I'm excited. It's gonna be cool as hell. Also, so when you do editing, Bradley, do you look for sound tags or anything like that?
Depends. Why?
If you were going to edit if you were going to edit something out, would you be looking for like a sound clip if you're? So I was in at the Rip King the other day, and thank God, because I had my big castle bong that I brought to D-Day last year. I'd broken the down stem, and I stopped in, and large African Samuel hooked me up with a drop bowl and a nice bag to protect it. And I just realized I hadn't talked about them in ages. And since now we're in a pre-recorded format and on Facebook, I can mention my friends again, because goddamn, I miss talking about Big Black Sam. Really, the Rip King is the shit, but Big Black Sam is really why you go.
So to be honest, what I actually do is I sit there and I suffer through our entire episode to edit, because I cut out a lot of ums. It's getting to the point now where I can actually look at the video, at the audio feed, and look at the actual like audio track, and I can actually pick out, because I have my is the same every time I say from an audio standpoint. It's the same one over and over and over again.
I'm curious what I do that you have to edit out.
Very, very little, actually. I only have to edit out certain times when you talk about some topics get edited out.
Oh, well, like the current topic, I figured this part will get edited out.
Yeah, no, I'm going to look for that clap. What we should probably do.
I'm going to get a clacker from my buddy, the director, and pardon me?
A bell, like a little bell, like a beep or a bell, something sharp, because that'd be a really big, sharp line on the audio file.
Okay.
Right, because like a clap, will be more of like a rounded, so it'll look like an whereas like a sharp.
Oh. Well, fortunately, you'll be able to catch it. It's early on in the show.
All of this will be cut out anyways as well. So
okay.
But
yeah, the Rip King, who again I can bring up because I do miss him, and Castle Glass, who made me a custom bong, which is fucking so sexy.
Somebody else you can mention.
What's that?
There's also somebody else you can mention now.
Who's that?
Headbands.
What?
The headbands, my man.
My cunt.
There you go. There you go. I didn't hear your thunder. I was gonna say it.
Oh, thank you. You could have done it, man. She loves hearing you say that. She loves hearing you say cunt. Oh man, that makes me so happy that I can bring her up. I have a package of goodies coming.
So I think what we're gonna do. Sorry, just off top of my head. I think what we'll do is we're gonna get a little graphic. I'm gonna get a graphic made. By getting one made, I'm gonna make one. We'll have it run across the bottom of the screen, right? And that'll be your time limit. We'll be like 60 seconds on the clock, boop, like go, and then you have 60 seconds to just say the most unhinged garbage that you want to about whoever we can, and I can go back and edit that 60 seconds.
Fuck yeah. We can say whatever the fuck we want, and then you can edit it out, but it never disappears from Facebook, so we got to keep that in
actually,
mind.
Facebook auto deletes lives after a certain number of days now.
Oh.
So, yeah, I think you can only go back 4 weeks, and then it actually auto deletes but StreamYard always keeps a copy, and I have a copy saved locally. So yeah, cool, eh?
It is cool.
Yeah, Ntensity Customs, also very cool, and sells the headbands from the previously mentioned
cunt
cat. See, now the best part is I can edit out your little bit there. So, but yes, we can pretty much. We're going to give you like maybe 60 seconds. Long enough. We'll give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the clock.
I'm not gonna repeat. There's there's even things that I won't repeat. Explore. Looking at you, buddy.
Yeah, no, we're not reading that out.
Yeah, no. I'm not down with that. Sorry, I'm just catching up on my chats here. Oh, right.
Enemy Paintball.
I got my sexy shirt.
Very nice. I need to start wearing mine again. It's starting to get to that time of the year where it's not super cold, but it's also not super warm, and I miss that. They fit well. I don't know what it is with the cut on the enemy hoodies, but they're comfy, man. You know what I mean? Like they're not tight around the neck. They're not like up into the armpit, but they're also not like super loose and baggy. They're just like a really nice fitting sweater. So I don't know.
Oh shit, Tristan. I didn't see Tristan was in the chat. T-Dog gets you 10% off the Canadian cunt. You should absolutely use that. Anybody use that code because one, Tristan's the shit. Fantastic fella. And second of all, if you can get 10% off of a cunt, what are you, fucking stupid? Come on. Of course you're going to take 10% off. Did you try those drinks? Not yet. I'm going to drink them Saturday. Give the messages.
So, Ntensity Customs, they make amazing things. Go check them out. Headbands all the way down to pants and probably socks if we talk them into it. And then, of course, Paintball Dirt doing fantastic work summarizing what's going on in the world of paintball and then giving it to us in a very easily digestible newsletter. We need to find a way to work his info into the show, but not in such a way. I want people to still go read his newsletter, but I think it'd be nice for people to get maybe the headlines from him on our show. You know what I mean? Like we need to figure out a way to encourage people to go read the newsletter. Maybe we tell them what's in it every week. That might be a thing to do. Working on that. I'm going to workshop that. Anyways, that's bills. That's business. On to tonight's topic, which looks like Explorer's already sent us a paragraph about.
Of course he did.
We're getting to many seasons are starting to ramp up. Like we're in the preseason, right? We're in the preseasons. Got 2 months, give or take, before paintball really starts to properly kick off. Probably from west to east. East, we're always a little late to the party because our weather sucks. We really are on like hard mode up here. There's like dust floating past the camera, and I can see it in the frame. We're playing on hard mode over here with our weather, trying to play paintball. So,
my God, right?
But preseason always brings about the topic of sorry, my brain just kind of shut down there for a second.
Yeah, I just heard that train wreck. Holy shit, man. Wow. That was impressive.
Brings around the question of, quote unquote, how do we grow the sport? And God, I hate that phrase. That phrase is burned into my brain and I hate it. So I'm getting my pen off the ground.
That's okay. Well, while you're doing that, I am just looking for something here. Because you know what? That's a good idea, and I like a good idea when I hear it. Keep going.
Continue the question always comes around, oh, how do we grow the sport? How do we get more people into the sport? How do we grow the sport? Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And I thought, you know what, let's talk about that. Let's have an episode. Let's really get into it. But I want to talk about, like, what is something actionable? Because you always hear the same sport. We got to grow the sport. Well, how are we going to do it? Take more people to the paintball field. Cool. What else you got? Because, you know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of default. But, like, is there anything else? Is there anything creative? Is there anything nobody's done before that we can take a crack at and just see if it helps, man? Like, there's got to be more stuff. Not to say it feels like I'm trying to recruit for a cult. We need more members. You know,
that's okay. It's okay. We can be a little bit recruity for paintball. It's all right.
It's like it's like Avon. It's trying to recruit for Avon or for what's the big one that's like super. Oh God, I forget now. Anyways, but it's I'm recruiting you, but if you recruit 10 people and they each recruit 10 people, and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's pyramid scheme, homie.
I know. So I'm just trying to think, like, what else can be done? Anything at all. Ball of Duty says bring strippers back. That might work. Who knows, right? I think we should try it. At this point, it's 2026. People are more open-minded. Let's try it all, right? Let's just go for broke and see what happens, right? Somebody on YouTube asked, you guys ever, where to go? Says, you ever think about kissing each other?
Yes.
I mean, I don't think it'll help, but
his beard tickles.
It does, and I have to keep it oiled. Otherwise, it gets really scratchy and a lot of static builds. I'm actually not joking. There, static does build in my beard, and it gets pretty bad when in the dry winter.
Like I said, I'm usually clean shaven, and it tickles. That's all it is, man. Like I can't go with facial hair. It's not a thing for me. Like no mustache like Zoidberg either. Like none of that shit. So
explore. They're already flooding in all of a sudden. I heard a podcast from the States that's doing a youth league that supplies like marker and masks, and I think they were working with school districts to approve it. That is on the list of kind of like little, like, I got like 4 or 5 options here of just like something that simple, but it's easy to say, but it's like, let's really pick it apart. Let's poke some holes in it.
Before we do that, there's something that just occurred to me.
What's that?
We're short our guest.
Oh, we are. We forgot to say where he is. Do you want to take that one?
His old lady's sick. I think maybe he got a little nervous. Maybe. I can see that. We put him a little on the spot. It was kind of a little on the spot. So he's going to be back next week. And yes. I invite questions because I've said it before. I'm a huge fan of a gimmick. And I love that paintball might have somebody who could kind of just poke at it a little bit. It's kind of fun. Hey, do something.
Go ahead.
And I think that it gives me a good vibe. So I'm looking forward to having him on and enjoying the conversation. But consider you're half awake. Sorry, be better next week.
No,
he's not worried about his misses. What?
Yeah, I was going to mention the comment where he's like, I can't make it tonight. Some, family stuff come up. People are sick. So don't worry about it, bud. I totally understand. Real life comes first, right? Whatnot. And he goes, yeah, but I take people's time serious. Brother, we don't take our time serious.
We do the show every week. We don't take our time serious.
Right. So, anyways, he'll be back next week. Of course, real life always comes first. He even said, he worded it perfectly, and I was like, you can't word this any better. I wouldn't feel right telling her to wrangle the kids while she's feeling like this, and I'm busy playing social media, man. So I was like, I totally get it. I love it. So youth league. I think I would love to see more youth leagues. I just don't know. I would have to sit down and actually figure out the logistics of it. And how do you run a youth league? Do you do 50 cal? Do you do jelly ball? Do you do 68 cal? Like,
how young?
What is it? Right. That's just it. Because I mean, if you could follow, I mean, there's kids in my kids' daycare that are preschool age going to Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So they're clearly, if you could do jiu-jitsu at that age, there must be something, right?
Oh, absolutely. They do. They get kids ballet and all that stuff, and hockey starts. East Coast bud kids get the hockey sticks as soon as they can. Some of them can skate before they can walk. It's a matter of population and building it with kids. Like the Prince, I couldn't shoot him with 68. Not a chance. Right. 50 cal, probably not. Jelly ball, I could get away with. Couldn't get away with airsoft, but I could get away with jelly ball.
Make fun of the airsofters and their tiny balls. Those little things do sting. It does. They do hurt a little bit.
Jelly ball?
Jelly ball doesn't hurt at all. Half the time you don't feel jelly ball. No, I'm saying the airsofters, the plastic BBs.
Homie, you're going to find out on Saturday how airsoft feels. Charles won't be there, sadly, with the quack quack, but that thing is a shotgun that has a shell that fires like 8, and he racks that, and he hits you from about that far. I tells you, it's up close and personal. You're going to have fun. I see the Rhino in the chat. I see Rhino. I see Turtle. I see Cliff. I see Tristan. Does anybody know what I'm doing? You are all old enough that you should know exactly what I was doing. Paul. No,
Paul's up there. I'm loving the fact that Paul's up there saying it's because you're younger. Us older folk value time a lot more, yet he's sitting here watching us. So I question Paul's judgment. But I think a youth program would be really cool. I would love to see the logistics. You'd have to put a lot of money up front. I wonder if there's like grants and stuff for that, like getting the jelly ball stuff or the 50 cal like reball or something, and go super low impact with it or something. Like, I'm just wondering.
Bazooka ball,
sure, right? And then run it. And if you could do something maybe like the JT Splatmasters where they're all mechanical, like you don't need the pump and go, right? You don't need to worry about
low velocity. I see some good names. I see good comments. Holy shit, there's some good stuff here.
So it's we gotta slow down though, because folks, like if I keep bouncing back between the comments, it's gonna sound like
Charles. Bring the fun back in paintball. Tournament guys are so hardcore to play woods ball, and some woods ballers are too intimidated to play on the airball field. But for me, nothing like playing a big game one day and shooting fools on the airball field the next. Facts. I love playing big games. That's some of my favorite times, and you get the coolest mix of players. But I do love getting on the airball field and getting my ass handed to me, because I'm going to shoot one person and I'm going to make fun of him because I shot him, and they're going to have fun. So
yeah,
I like that.
There's there different types of fun, right? Different types of it scratches a different itch. The big game, that's party. That's a good time. We're going to go out. I'm going to do my own thing at my own time. I'm going to go play. But then you got speedball competitive where, it's more organized. It's go. There's structure to it. You know your role. They know their role. And odds are you can trust them to do their role. And but I wonder, though, like a youth program really might be something like would be really cool. And if you did something like reball where there's no mess or very minimal mess, you could probably get away with using a school gymnasium.
I've seen pictures of schools in the States that have paintball, and they use it right in the gym.
Yeah, they do reball with the era. They do the era bunkers, and they usually do 1v1s, 2v2s, and sometimes 3v3 if they have the space. And it seems to do really well. I'm just curious, like I wonder how that would go over.
Shut up, Dory. You're not too fat. You're thick, my brother, and my man. You can play in the woods because I've seen you play on an airball field. Just because you can't hide behind a tree, you can still shoot straight, my man. I will stand for that.
The problem here, you can't play in the woods very well, is because the man wears hot pink every time he goes on the field. That's the problem.
I wear bright yellow. I have nothing to say about that. Keith Kissel, most of the infusion of young players is from the sons and daughters of players already. With that said, the Pee Wee leagues our youth leagues are kind of biased, just my opinion, because they're only promoting their kids. As in the professional women's league, there's always so many teams. There's not enough to sustain, barely, in my opinion. A woman's like, okay, not enough people. Again, so what you're basically describing is the maritime problem, that we don't have enough people to sustain the sport.
Right. Is it that there's not enough people?
In that capacity.
Is it? But then it becomes a question of, is it not enough people, or is it not enough interest, or like there's, which are kind of two sides of the same coin there, of not enough people interested, right? So, or is it that paintball has a really big problem with echo chambers, where we promote to each other and to ourselves, but we very rarely promote to the outside world? A lot of women, a lot of kids who get into paintball tend to be because they know somebody already playing. So how do you get somebody who's never...
They have to be introduced to it. How do you get someone to play hockey? You show them hockey. How do you get someone to play anything? So you need somebody to bring them in. Paintball is a luxury sport. Ball of Duty's right. It is expensive. We know that.
Sure. So is hockey.
Hockey's expensive. That's, so again, you got to get someone to bring them into it.
The way I'm going to kind of counter the whole, like, you got to bring them, we need people already playing in it because you got to bring them into it. My youngest is in something equivalent to cheerleading, but for littles. I do not know anybody involved in that sport. It was something that we had seen online. It was it was like a post or something, said, hey, come check this out. It's this much money. Come, So we're not involved in it. We're from the outside going in. We are literally the cheer tumbling. I think it's tumbling, not cheer. Which I don't really know the difference yet. I'm sure I'll learn.
So you're not one of the parents that are in. So you're kind of watching these. I understand hockey parents.
I'm not sorry. I was like, about you. No. We showed up. We're like, we have no idea what this is. We don't know what we're doing. We're paying more attention to the coach and teacher than the kid is, because we're like, well, we don't know what's going on. Meanwhile, there are kids in the same class that their sibling is in cheer, so that's how they got involved. And I was like, okay, cool. So we've got two things
when they're young.
Exactly. But if my kid can get involved in something without any of us knowing anybody in that, then it means that there's still hope for something like paintball, where
Jeremy Cormier.
I do not see the comment there, flying by way too fast.
Youngblood, absolutely. I don't know how many people he knew that was involved in the sport when he got in, but Mel it requires the encouragement of familial units.
Sure, yeah. So I really think that paintball itself has and this isn't a fault of any particular field or anybody in the industry. This is one of those things where it's like, it's still super niche, so it still needs that big push in the advertising and marketing side of things. Social media is great, except if you don't know how to do it properly, and you simply, like, if a paintball group only advertises, or if a paintball field only advertises within a paintball group on Facebook, they're only ever going to attract existing paintballers.
It's a niche sport in a niche sport.
Right. So you need to take that risk. Somebody, not saying the fields need to do that. I'm saying I'm trying to talk about the youth program thing. If I wanted to let's say I want to kick this off, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be like, damn it, I'm making a youth program for paintball. First and foremost, yes, absolutely go after the parents or people who are already playing, the paintballers that are already parents. Say, hey, look, I'm doing a youth league. Let's bring your youngins, right? It's gonna be a good time. But then also flyers up in like every big stop. Got to figure out like I got to look into. I don't know why radio ads have gone up in price since the last time I had to buy radio ads. So I'm sure they're more expensive. But look into radio ads. Look into Google ads. Look into running social media ads. Not just groups, but actually paying, saying I want this ad to show up in front of this person in this demographic in this area in this geographic location, like right down to the town.
So, again, it works anywhere else, but when we don't have the numbers here, it just doesn't work. I know it makes for shitty content, but in that case, yeah, you have to throw ads up. You got to be crawling and sticking them under windshield wipers, like they were saying in the comments. You got to have it like on blimps and air. You have to have it constantly in someone's face. You have to have it on their reels. You have to have it as they're flipping through it. It has to be constantly bing, 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 constantly hammering at them, or it goes out of mind, right?
Yeah, and I just wonder, like, what's the population of
Steve Bartholomew? You want to help it? Donate your kit. Hell yes. I tell you that I pass gear along all the time. I bring it to Moncton Paintball. And I roll up to Josh's place and I drop off a box full of kit, and he sells it cheap. It's stuff that people have passed to me, like, hey, you want this? I'm that guy when people are just like, hey, do you want a mask? You want this? I'm like, cool. And I make sure that it goes to the next person. I don't want it going to I don't want it just given away willy-nilly. Like, look for the guy that needs a mask, because that's my big thing is PPE. If you're going to be in a combat sport and you're shooting plastic and paint at each other, cover your shit. Your eyes, your teeth,
ears,
cover it. Throat, ears, dome, like getting domed with anything sucks. Part of the sport, playing hockey, getting whacked, but they wear a helmet.
Yep.
And same thing with airsoft, same thing with jelly ball. You've got to wear your shit. So masks and stuff to that effect, you give it away. If you don't give it away, you just pass it off as inexpensively as possible. If you can, just don't cover your cost. That's where you get somebody into paintball. It's a lot of the times, if someone's willing to play, I have friends who will not play because they hate rental masks. Straight up.
Can't blame them.
And I have a couple loaner masks of like a couple of Proflexes that I got through building paintball.
Yeah.
And they have gator mail on them. My second one has my yellow gator on it now, so you're not going to get whacked in the throat. I wear my Schmeckel protector. My head, you pass that stuff along, and that's a good way to get more people in. It kind of mitigate that cost, especially with the economy the way it is. We kind of help each other out with this. Otherwise, it's just never going to make it.
And people say, well, the economy's been garbage for 20 years.
This is a whole new level of garbage, homie. You can edit this part out. We are the children of the people who fucked around, and we are now living through find out.
Are we the children, or are we the children of the people that fucked around?
I'm the children of the people who fucked around, and we are now living with find out.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Personal, that's the way it goes. Yeah. That's 9:33. You're going to want to edit a little bit of that, or just at least hit some bleeps there. But I'm serious, and I don't mean that. I heard it somewhere, and I thought it's really true. So we're going to have to kind of fuck around.
I still want to explore this youth program thing, the youth league. I think there's something there. It doesn't need to be huge. It doesn't need to be like, I'm not looking for a full blown 20 youth teams to compete, but it would be kind of cool for there to be a youth program, even if it was a summer camp, March break camp. You know what I mean? Kind of like a week-long thing. Just run it, see what happens. Somebody's honking hornets at the station.
Get those two assholes off the radio.
Right, dude, sitting in his car listening to the radio. Shut up!
They've run long. They have cut into our urban radio. God damn it! I want my only 9:35, and if they're listening to us early, thanks. We appreciate you sticking around and listening to us ramble about nothing. I really do.
My God, there's so many comments, but we cannot keep up with them. I'm so sorry.
I'm seeing.
Here's another thing, Charles. I'm just gonna pick a comment here. We're gonna keep bottom line. Keith here says, bottom line, they all want it to be in the Olympics. The game is good as the officiating, and as history tells us, the officiating is suspect. In airball, are you going to stop the game every time there's a hit? Changes the outcome of the event by stopping the time, checking each call. Each game would go on forever. Look what it's done to football and baseball. First of all, football was always slow and always boring. Baseball, same thing. Hockey, you don't stop a hockey game every 10 seconds. I mean, sometimes you do because the players keep punching each other in the throat, but but I see what he's trying to say, though. I get it. I get it. It's logistics. Charles says a huge problem in the Maritimes is that fields keep to themselves. So this is actually on my list. The guys that play Shediac, he's calling out names. Shediac paintball don't play at Moncton paintball. Some Moncton paintball players don't play elsewhere. Guys from Nova Scotia stay and play there. It's not as bad as it was 25 years ago, but it still hurts paintball. That is true. Tom and I are hoping to at least buck that trend this year.
This summer, I'm playing as many places as I can. I don't
every province at least once.
I have a couple obligations in Ontario that I have to go to, that I'm going to go to, but otherwise I can't do Newfoundland. Like, I don't have that kind of budget. But you giggling your ass off, losing it over.
Oh, just Newfoundland. I've got family in Newfoundland. I could show up in Newfoundland tomorrow morning and I'd have a place to sleep.
I just thought of the story you told me the other day. We're not going to tell it on the air because we cannot tell it. But oh my God,
dude, the dog.
Which one?
In
brains firing on like one cylinder.
Your uncle's dog.
Yeah, my grandfather's.
Your grandfather's dog. We will not repeat the dog's name.
My uncle was the one that went to Toronto for a very specific reason, and then came.
Yes, and then it was one of those things where you're just like,
rural Newfoundland, ladies and gentlemen, rural Newfoundland, technically Labrador, rural Labrador. When my grandfather was the first household to have a color TV, that's how rural we're talking about. Charles is hold on now. Nova's got something. Best place to advertise here is, first of all, hit all the churches and find the youth pastor to book games. Always hit the local high school, middle schools, buy advertising pages in yearbooks. That's genius. Actually, like legit. Like, why not hit up the youth pastor and be like, you want like
to Nova, youth pastor, and the yearbook. Holy shit, the yearbook. Right. That is a great one. Moncton Paintball. I hope you're listening, big guy. That's a good one. And
we're going to have to very, very carefully pick the right person to approach the youth pastor, because if I'm going to hit that church up, I'm going to be like, boy, you want to have a come to Jesus moment? You need to come to paintball.
You've heard some of the things I've said in the car. I'll go talk to the youth pastor.
That's a good idea, though.
It's a great idea.
Hit up the youth pastors. Be like, are you tired of like whatever the hell it is you do in these like gymnasium / classrooms in the bottom of churches with terrible lighting? Like, so that's great. That's a killer idea. Hey, my God, the comments. Charles, again, years ago, it used to be about the paint brands. Zap / Chronic was PEI. New Brunswick was Diablo, and the fields would pick sides, would refuse to shoot the other brand or play the competitors' fields. It was so stupid. That is terrible. I couldn't imagine. Actually, you know what? I can't imagine it, because I know some MegFed players who won't go to a specific field if they're not shooting first strikes.
Parents are willing to pay for hockey, baseball, basketball, cheer, ringette, all normal sports. Everyone plays it, but parents are way more cautious about paintball. How much for an LV2? LOL.
Why are you buying them an LV2?
Oh, shut up. That doesn't matter. If you were buying them a $400 gun or a $2,000 gun, how much does a set of goalie pads cost?
Let's find out.
Google that shit right now. Brand new set of goalie pads for 13. 13-year-old boy, average size. So let's go with a medium. Goalie gear specifically. It doesn't really have to because I don't play hockey, so I don't know. But I've seen what hockey parents have to deal with, and that's why the Prince of Paintball doesn't do hockey.
A good pair of CCM Phenom Junior goalie pads are $450.
How much?
That's just the leg pads, by the way. $449. There are $470 ones if you want to go that route. The hockey glove, $190. Oh, look, I found $1,200 pair of hockey pads.
A new entry-level goalie hockey kit typically costs between $1,500 and $3,000, while intermediate gear can be anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000.
Cool. So skates, jersey, sticks, yada yada yada. You're looking at between $3,000 and $5,000. Paintball, realistically, I could get you into the sport in half decent gear, head to toe, $1,200.
Now think about it this way though. Travel time, tournaments are going to be more for their cost. It'll be offset. I think it would still be cheaper than hockey, but now let's point out that hockey and football are the most outrageous of the average. I mean, we're not going to count go-karting because I don't know if we can count that because that's some wildly expensive shit.
Oh my God.
Paintball is expensive. Yes, it is. You are not wrong. Paintball is expensive. What is going on?
There's a car alarm going on outside the station right now.
I love this show.
Awesome.
That is the best part about being live, ladies and gentlemen, is anything can happen. And somebody is honking the horn out there in protest, allegedly, of our show.
Yes.
Allegedly.
If this was the broadcasting booth, we wouldn't hear this because the broadcasting booth
that's right.
Right. I'm in one of the recording booths, which is
pretty shitty if you're recording, I'm going to point out.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I really hope that stops soon.
Can you?
There's nothing I can do. I can mute my mic until I talk. That's about it. So
I mean, you might have to. I don't care what you do. That's oh my God.
But the
cheer's expensive. That's wild.
Cheer is expensive. When you talk about the custom outfits, you're not just buying a brand, you're buying custom color, custom design,
lifestyle,
the travel, the hotels, the makeup, the everything. It's ridiculous. So anyways, God. Paintball, when people bring up the cost, they go, oh, paintball's too expensive. So is hockey, so is football, so is whatever. It's ridiculous. The money is not the option. If somebody doesn't have the money to play competitive paintball, then they just don't have the money to play competitive paintball. That sucks that they're missing out on it. I'm going to go cut the cord on that car if that does not stop in the next 2 minutes. I'm going to go find the car. I'm going to rip the battery out of it.
I want you to take the laptop with you while you go do it. So I can watch that shit. Get a remote, ladies and gentlemen. Bradley's going to go. You're going to witness something on radio and on Facebook. The live execution of a human being, God. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. So anyways, the money side of things, that argument is moot. I really think it's more about oh my God, I can't get it over it. I think it's more about getting it in front of people, show them what it is, show them that it's not as scary as a lot of people think it is, but also show them that it's not just coveralls and rental masks. Show them the ProFlex, show them the CS3, you know what I mean? Like, show them the cool stuff. Steven says he doesn't hear the horn, which is great. I'm gonna.
You don't, Steven? I'm bless your heart for not hearing it. That's great because Brad looks like he's gonna pull out his hair.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So like,
Ken drive goalie pads.
Put that on eBay. I just went on Sports Check and I just went goalie pads and then I sorted by most expensive to lowest expensive. I found a $2,400 pair of goalie pads, just the leg pads. So,
hold on.
Scooby says he's lying here to stop.
Okay, we're good.
Definitely.
Scooby, you willed it shut off. Bless.
Thank you. Thank you.
Show them your boobies. Yes,
No.
especially if you are doing a like breast cancer thing, you don't need to show them, but you got to sponsor them.
There you go.
Protect them titties.
Where's it going to go with this? Oh, yeah. Field communication. This one is tricky. And it's because everybody wants to make money, right? Everybody's got to eat. So finding that fine line of healthy competition where like both fields are communicating and they're helping each other out. I think last year, the year before, there was a really good example of this where we saw like the boys from Moncton went up to AXP. AXP came down to Moncton, and then there was like the group went over to SNL, and like they kind of supported one another. Each team or each field kind of took a day that they were like, we're going to shut down for this one because they got an event going on, and we're going to go support that. And it was kind of like you kind of take one day out, and then the other guy takes one day out, and you recoup from that. And I think that was a really good way of doing it. And even just communicating about like if a field, especially if the field's not in your backyard, the fields are all like what, an hour plus apart, easy. How far away is Moncton to St. Paul?
An hour.
Okay, that's probably the closest two fields. No, I guess Moncton to Shediac could be closer, wouldn't it?
Nope, about an hour.
Okay,
if you step on 40 minutes, hour and a half.
Yeah. Okay. So we're saying they're far enough apart that somebody's got to make a conscious decision to go to one field over another.
Whoa. There he is. I just saw the man that we got to ask, the man from Commando, about what the party is about D-Day, because we all know that is the sexiest party in paintball in Canada. And we got to ask the man, the Commando man himself. He'll let us know, or he's going to call me an arsehole. One of the two, but he'll let us know.
He might do both.
He's called me a lot worse. The Gunfighter series was absolutely sick. That was some of the best ball I've watched in years.
For sure. So yeah, I'd like to see fields maybe communicate of like what works for you, what works for us. Maybe one field stumbles across like a really great marketing thing. So Dave is Dave's
going to post stuff up, so that means it's on. What's the date, Dave?
We need the date for D-Day, my man.
Daddy needs to start promoting. Daddy needs to earn his paycheck to come and hang out and come give that sweet love to Commando. So dates, please, you sexy beast. 2 indoor fields. One was geared for renters, and the other was geared towards tourney players. I used to send players to that other field. Yeah. See, good job, Lane. That's how you do it. He lived in a town with 2 fields, and that's what you do. You send. Listen. Again, Moncton, New Brunswick is not a huge city. So if there's multiple fields, y'all got to take care of each other, because if I've got a booking at field A and field B doesn't, sweet.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. It just dawned on me. You know what it is? It's Miracle on 34th Street. The whole thing where Macy's starts saying things like, oh, we don't have that toy here. But if you go to, what is it, Gimbals? Gimbals has it for whatever. And then people are like, well, I'm going to be a Macy's customer because Macy's cares about me because they sent me somewhere else. Like, yeah, like a field being like, yeah, I'm booked for this Saturday, but go check out this field. Go talk to these guys. They might have an opening. That kind of communication needs to happen, you know? Hell, even if one field was like, man, I got a killer deal on some paint. You want to split it? You want to go in on it? Like, what do you want to do? D-Day is June 6th to 7th.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
The King will be there. We're going to party. I don't know if I'm staying on the field. I might sleep in. Well, Norm's coming with me. I'm rolling with Norm. So I'm going.
It's whether or not Norm is going to be on the field when you're sleeping, or Norm's going to be on another piece of property when you're sleeping.
I've got a spot that has a shower, so that's kind of the leader right now.
This
down
beard,
the road.
This beard was gross.
The thing is, though, is that I like having a place where I can just go, and I'm not too far away from anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But breakfast, so that's kind of the thing too. Anyways, that's not a problem. But I know that I'm going to be in Ontario June 6th, 7th weekend. I'll see you guys there.
I like Blaine says we make more money if we all work together.
Apes together strong.
Apes strong together, except they got completely used and abused by the AMC CEO. That's a cut. That's a deep cut. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Anyways, media coverage. This is one that I have near and dear to my heart, and I would love to see.
Brilliant.
Well, they did.
I'm just applauding at that.
I wonder. I always wondered about this. Like for D-Day, for example, let's use D-Day as a good example because Dave's here. Because Dave can answer this. Like if this is a thing that could be done or not, or if there's if it's too expensive. I don't know. I need to look into it. I need to ask questions. But when there's a community event is happening and the radio station sends the interns with a pop-up tent and a little portable radio system.
I was thinking that when I saw that post. I was thinking the same thing when the comment went by.
What does it take to get them to show up to an event for a couple of hours? How cool would it be to have the local radio station show up to D-Day?
You'd need a little box or something that they could shoot into for a target practice, but
why not?
Or bring the local radio station in and just drag them. Oh my God. Could you get me a local radio DJ or some host and I'll drag his ass with me. He comes with me. Or you. We'll drag him in there.
Slap a GoPro on him and away we go.
So much fun.
Being Moncton area, could you imagine the Q was it Q88, 89? Q89, I think is the one I listened to. I think it's Q104 in Moncton. It's the morning crew there, BJ and the morning crew.
Oh my God! Drag those guys onto the field and just paint them.
Imagine.
That'd be hilarious.
Imagine those guys on the field like that. I wonder what it takes to get them out there. Charles says we had Red Bull show up to an event in Moncton years ago. Gave some Red Bull out, pulled some eye to the field. There you go. Red Bull showed up to D-Day one year. Yeah.
That's pretty
Dave says I've never done it, but it's definitely a decent idea. That's the nicest thing Dave's ever said. I'm kidding. Actually, Dave says nice stuff all the time. He mumbles it and he says it quietly. He doesn't make a big show of it because he's a gentleman. He whispers sweet. Yes. It is the safety guy's worst nightmare. But what's it take to get them out? That'd be kind of cool. How do you get Red Bull out? They don't need to sponsor the event or anything, but how do you get them to come out? Or what about Celsius or Monster or our not sponsor Rain? By the way, their new flavor.
Northern Hydration.
Yeah, I would love to have the Northern Hydration folks. Actually, Northern Hydration's. Hold on.
Northern Hydration sends us.
I don't think Northern Hydration's that far from D-Day. But I don't know Ontario well enough, so give me a second.
I don't know Ontario well enough either, unfortunately. Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen.
4.5 hours, give or take.
I mean, I can cruise. I can make the stop.
Right. But no,
roll up on their front door, start banging on the door, demanding coconut, demanding pina colada Northern Hydration for the field. If I knew it was Rain building was the show there.
Some eyes on like that, you know what I mean? It's how does that work? Do you have to reach out to them and be like, yo, we need how do we get you here? Pretty sure we called Red Bull direct, got a local rep's number, asked if they would show up. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because there used to be the Red Bull car would drive around Moncton for a dog's age. I remember that. I think that was my buddy.
Red Bull's I think Red Bull's definitely gotten away from that. But funny enough, it's almost like we have the direct line to somebody who works for Red Bull. So I'll make a phone call and see, maybe not for D-Day, but just to ask and be like, yo, how does this work? How do we get the simplest eyes on the event? Yeah. How do I get Max to the
to come play paintball?
Right.
Yeah.
The man would run and then just be like.
Actually, if you wanted me to be kind of pedantic about it, that weekend that's really close to Montreal. So like the Montreal GP, I think is like within a couple of weeks of D-Day. So go to Mirabel.
Charles says bring back big beer inflatables and tobacco companies. Maybe not. Okay, the tobacco companies, that one's going to be a hard one. But
hook them when they're young.
The big beer ones, allegedly.
There's another institution that you hook them when they're young too. And if you've ever seen Dogma, we all know that the Catholic Church, you got to hook them when they're young, right?
Oof.
Really, they indoctrinate us. I speak from experience. I went through it. So whoa now. That one's alleged. That's not quite an allegedly. That one's very true. It's not alleged when it's true.
Gatorade in Indiana for an event. So I wonder, it's just like, how do you get them out there? Like, do you just make the call and say, hey, like we got this event going on? Now, I assume it needs to be worth their time. Hand flyers out at the mall. That's a great way to get kicked out of a mall for soliciting, but the flyers you do get out there will work. But no, you know what I mean? Like it's whatever. If they kick you out for soliciting, you go, all right, fine. You walk out one set of doors, you walk back in another set of doors, you start handing out flyers again. Whatever.
Many moon ago, when your king was but a princeling, and I was dealing with the royal father, and they had a restaurant, and it was a slow business weekend, and TS decided we need to drum up business, so he gave me a handful of flyers, and our restaurant was about a block from one of the busiest in our city, from Moncton. You guys know Boomerangs. And I was probably 12, and I stood outside there, probably about maybe, half a dozen, no, not even 3 car lengths from their front door, like the other side of their parking lot. And I would go in every so often and find out what the wait time was. And I would stand out there and hand flyers outside the door going, it's an hour wait time to get a table. And I was handing people flyers outside of the man's door. So he comes out, and I swear to God, he comes out, and Brent is not a small man. He comes out and looks at me and he goes, you little shit, get off my property. I'm going to call your father. I'm like, he sent me.
Why do you think I'm here? But
really,
and in reality, though, you identified a pain point for your customer and provided a solution. That is salesmanship 101.
Well, I wouldn't want to wait an hour to get a table.
No, not at all. So it's good though. But yeah, more media coverage. I'd love to know what it takes to get like at the radio station out there, or just something to get some more eyes on it. TV's probably not going to happen, not unless you can, maybe you get like the local public radio or the public TV, whatever, like I think Rogers still has one. Tyler PB says what you all need to talk about is why Tom has a horseshoe up his butt and keeps winning all the markers. Love you, Tom.
Got to play to win. Just because 17 is a great number, because it is the right number. It's the proper number. 17. If you don't know why 17 is the right number, you are not old enough to watch South Park. Be gone. So we got about 2 minutes left before we hit the end of radio happiness. But I had an idea. When we're done, I have a little something we can do to fill out those last few minutes, Bradley.
Hit me. What you got?
It has been 1 year since Paintball Dirt has been putting out newsletters.
That it has.
1 year. 52 weeks in a row of news, pictures, videos, and Q&As have been no easy feat for our friend Brandon. He is very proud to have consistently produced this newsletter every week and intends to keep it going for the second year while venturing out into different social media platforms and growing the Paintball Dirt brand across the internet. He plans to donate prizes to more events and give back more to players, and feature even more diverse content. The reads, comments, shares, and messages have meant so much to him. Here's to another year. Hired Guns PB has created a tab on his website, and that has some paintball dirt items for sale. So use the code. You go check that out. Hired Guns X Paintball Dirt. Use Brandon Olson. Get 10% off on your order. Hell yes. JT released the retro. JT Paintball and Paintball Retro have released a brand new thing. JT Pro Flex frames. Very neat. I'm just going to give you the highlights. 715 has also decided to sponsor the newsletter. Kick ass. Thank you, 715, because everybody should be helping out our friend Brandon. Paintball Media announced this week that they will begin producing their magazine in both digital and print. Holy shit, a new print paintball magazine. I'm going to say that again because I just saw his eyes pop. Paintball Media announced this week that they will begin producing their magazine in both digital and print. This return of print media has been exciting to follow. To pre-order the newest edition, visit Pre-Order Paintball Media. The link is in the Paintball Dirt newsletter that I've got pulled up here because I'm subscribed to Paintball Dirt because I want to know what's going on in the world. You can get there on paintballdirt.substack and get your subscription and have that shit right on your phone, which is awesome because it gets emailed to me, so I can just sit there and read. So what else have we got here? Cool stuff. Or screw it, you can go and find it yourself. I don't care, but you should definitely go and read Paintball Dirt.
Paintballdirt.substack.com. Go look them up. Go give them your attention. It's free to read.
Explore Paintball talking about balls.
He's always talking about balls.
No, it's in BAWLS, the energy drink, balls.
They
balls. Came in studded bottles.
Are they still around?
No.
They've got to be.
There's no way they're still around.
They are. They still have a website.
Get out.
Soda. How do you order it?
Bradley.
What?
I remember my buddy was the authorized dealer in Moncton of this stuff. Buddy, I think we need to send the balls people an email. I want balls, damn it. Actually,
downside, like, hold on. Let me double check.
I really don't. I'm not being an asshole. We don't need that. They don't want us.
More expensive than Northern Hydration.
Well, that Northern Hydration is better for you because it is a complete hydration solution. I have been so sweaty and so much salt has come out of my body that it no longer tastes salty. It's like wet. It's just wet.
Gene's in the chat.
So you got to hit the
original glass bottle. The Balls Energy, you can still get it.
I do not have the Voodoo here yet. Give me the Voodoo. He does that. It's the Headley Lamar. He does that voodoo that you do. Is Sobe still around? No.
So
no.
I always called it Sobe. Sorry, I'm poking around Balls' website.
Why?
They have sponsorship, like influencer application and event sponsorship form. Get this. If you have an event and want it sponsored by Balls, we'll do what we can to support it. We've sponsored basement LAN parties to hackathons and even some weddings. Fill out the influencer application if you'd like to be a Balls influencer. I'm going to see if I can get Balls to sponsor my wedding.
I sent emails to George Takei. I sent one to...
I appreciate that.
Bill Murray. I suggest sending emails. Just screw it, just for shits and giggles. So I would do it. Don't even tell Britt. I can do it.
Somebody suggested doing it to try and get the contact information for billionaires and hope that their assistant will just send you a package and just I'm too busy. Here's a package. I'm not even going to look into who you are.
Bobby Axelrod. Send that man from Billions.
Yeah.
Show. Yeah, get him. That's that guy you want to have on your wedding register. Shit. Night, Cliffy. Oh, it's 9:00. Cliff's time for bed. Not Cliff, you're up late. It's Thursday. We appreciate you hanging out with us.
They only sponsor people in the United States. Never mind.
Oh, that William Shatner paintball movie.
Oh, God, I have to go look it up.
Jesus, I saw it, and I meant to mention it because
my brain didn't understand what was going on. It was horrified.
Yeah, I'd have to go. I'm looking it up now. Anyways, yeah, Splat Attack.
Yes.
Splat Attack, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Except it's 2 P's. Splat Attack. Its official name has 2 P's in it for some reason.
There's 2 P's in you. Are they in a pod?
Right. But yeah. Anyways, that was that. I don't know. Maybe that's maybe that's something that I'd like more events maybe need to do is just reach out to random companies and just be like, I hear movement.
Give us money.
Not even money, but just like eyes, attention. Give us attention. They only sponsor people US until they sponsor a Canadian for the first time. I like the way Steven thinks. They only sponsor people in the US until they sponsor a Canadian for the first time. I see what he's saying there. Only sponsors the US because they haven't tried Canadian yet. Explorer says, read this as Shatner. Oh, no, he is shooting at me.
Goddamn Shatner.
Got a Shatner all over that.
Got a Shatner all over your dreams.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, just media coverage, man. Like, how do you get more eyes on an event? How do you get that out there? Like, TV is too expensive. The internet is siloed. Like, I don't know. I don't know what you do. I don't know. And how does it translate to helping your field out? You know, does it translate to helping your field out?
I would hope it would translate a little bit.
Yes, but also devil's advocate of like, is the amount of money, like if you have to pay somebody to come in, does that really equate it? Like if their only service, not to say that the only service, but if the only service you're paying them to come into, try just to bring eyes onto your event, you got to weigh that return on investment. I don't know. That's a hard one to answer. The media coverage side of things, that's a really hard one to answer. I think just trying to convince your local radio station to come out and say hi and hang out, set up a booth and stuff. Yeah, Paintball does kind of suck to watch on TV. That's a hard one. The angles are tough.
Yeah.
Right? They really are. That's why I think you need less of like the coverage. If you were to get, let's say hypothetically, you got a small TV crew come out to your event, right? Mm-hmm. It needs to be a little bit less on the focus on the game. Show as much of the game as you can from the angles you've got. But I think you need to try and really focus on the people off the field, talking to people coming off the field, getting ready to go on the field, talking to coaches, talking to fans who are watching, that kind of thing. Talk about the community, not so much about the sport, unless you've got a Go Sports level rig where you've got 15 cameras that can pull from every angle. You're just not going to get a real good footage of the game. NXL is betting big money to play inside the Raymond James Stadium. That is a big gamble. But I understand their thought process. If you have a bunch of people sitting in stadium seating, everybody gets a good view. Right? If everyone's elevated above the field, everyone gets good view. That makes sense to me.
That's solid. I mean,
to make it viewable. Yeah, right? Because you don't need to see them. You don't need to be so close that you can see them shooting. You just need to be able to see who's coming off the field and whatnot, right? Like it's. I don't know. That one's an interesting one. I'm excited to see how that one goes. The media side of things is going to be a tough one, but I don't know. There's some ideas there, but there's definitely risk. There's risk involved in all of it. And I can understand a field not wanting to take the risk. But, we should try and get for Moncton, like for street ball events. I think it'd be kind of cool to get the radio station to come out at least once. Just come out and see what's going on. So
I would be cool, actually. I think I know a guy.
Yeah.
I think I do. I'm going to send him a message, see if I could con him in to come out and play ball with us. Be fun too, because he's a riot.
There you go.
Messages will be sent.
it's been a blast. I think we're going to wrap it up there for the night. And, you know, if you have any ideas or anything like that, shoot us a message. Let's keep this conversation going. Of course, follow us on all the social medias, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. It's all Maritime Paintball Podcast. And, of course, talk to our amazing sponsors. Check out Northern Hydration. Use code Maritime PB10. Score yourself 10% off. Check out Loft Gear, Building Paintball, Moncton Paintball, Paintball Dirt, Intensity Customs. I think that's all of them. If not,
well, we already gave out the other ones, so you don't have to edit that again. So yeah, we're good.
Yeah. All righty. That's it, folks. We're out of here. Until next week. Cheers.
Toodles.